Some time ago, our friends at the Peerless Mantle Company sent me some of their mantles to try out. A couple years ago, the company was sold and production moved to India from the Philippines. They tell me that the factory was moved lock, stock, and barrel and now employs about 150 people in India. According to my source, the new mantles use a stronger yarn and should be higher quality than those used in the past. They offer both thorium and yttrium mantles, but both types are packaged identically, so you need to know the distributor so you know which is which. Yttrium mantles come from the American Mantle Company out of Illinois. Thorium mantles come from the Peerless Distribution Company, which is headed up by Sam Blank, the former owner of the Peerless Mantle Company. So here on the left we've got thorium mantles, and we can see that those are marked with a T, so I can tell the difference. And then on the right we've got yttrium, and I marked with those with a little Y. Down at the bottom we've got some of the older Filipino manufactured, and you can see that the packaging is a little bit different from the old ones to the new ones. You can see through the old ones. Well, some of the old ones you can see through the package, and the new ones you can't. They always have a white thing on the back, so you can't actually see. The biggest difference, and it was kind of a disappointment, is that the new ones don't have the old P on them, so you can see the P here, and the new ones don't have that, which I was a little bit disappointed in. But otherwise, they seem to be equal quality. I don't see any problem with these, and you know, they do seem just as bright. Okay, I know what you came here for. You want to see these mantles in action, so let's head out to the garage and tie them onto a lantern. All right, so we're going to do thorium and yttrium. Thorium on the right of the generator. First impression, it's a mantle. Let's compare this with, here I've got an older Filipino mantle, so this has been on my bench for a while. See what we can tell for a difference. This one's clearly been around for a while. But the older one has the P on it. It's a much lighter green on the welt. They look about the same size. I might say the older one is slightly larger, but boy, it wouldn't be by a lot. Anyway, let's get this one installed. And now we'll go for the yttrium. Again, dark green at the top. Again, no P like they used to have. This one seems bigger. So on this one, I would say the yttrium mantle is, yeah, a little bit, maybe 1/8 of an inch longer than the original thorium one. Again, I don't think it matters, and I'm sure that there's some variation in these. Alright, and squaring them up, the one on the left is definitely a little bit, ever so slightly longer. Again, I don't think that matters, but we'll see. So let's take them outside and get them lit up. I'm going to put the glass on. It's a little breeze. They smell like mantles. I'm trying not to inhale the smoke, but let's see if we can light them. For as cold out as it is, I'm going to call that really successful lighting. It's actually one of the things I really like about this lantern. So looking up close, thorium on the right, yttrium on the left. I actually think that thorium is maybe ever so slightly more yellow. It also looks maybe like it shrunk up a little bit more. Let's spin the lantern around. Oh boy, the backside's a big difference. So in person, the back, remember now it's thorium on the left and yttrium on the right. The thorium mantle is much brighter. I don't know if it's the way this one laid down or what, but on this angle, and it's hard to tell on camera, maybe you can see it a little bit. Alright, 285 with the thorium and yttrium. This is a 288 thorium, yttrium. I let these mantles burn in all the way and go out before I lit the lantern. I do think these maybe have a slightly better shape. I don't see much difference between the two. Let's spin it around, and again from the back, I think that one on the left, the thorium one, is much brighter than the yttrium one on the right. It's interesting. I see that on both, and I continue to see that over here. It hasn't changed. It's not a huge difference. I do think the thorium are slightly brighter. I wonder if it's the stem. I wonder if the contrast, the shadow in the middle helps me to be able to see that. But I do think the thoriated mantles are slightly brighter. I think you can see even that thorium one there, he's squished up quite small. The yttrium one's dripped down a little more. I did have a hard time getting these to light. It is very cold outside. I just checked the temperature. It's 13 degrees Fahrenheit, so it is quite a cold night. I'm sure that's going to affect the way that these burn in. Here's our 285 with thorium and yttrium. This is a 275, the old Lantern Lab turd, and it's got two Peerless mantles on. I put these on, I don't know, some time ago. But this is a good comparison, and to my eyes, what we've got here is four lanterns that look pretty much exactly the same. We know that one's thorium and then yttrium. We know these are both thorium because they're old Manufacture Peerless. I don't know. They all look great to me. Let's turn these around and look at the back side. I still think, for some reason, on the back side, the thorium new manufacturer looks a little better than the yttrium, but it's not that big a difference. You know, maybe it's just the left mantle, because turning this one around, I think the left when you turn it around, right, like formerly the right, I think this one's kind of brighter anyway. So maybe that's just an optical illusion of turning them around. I'm glad I did that on here too. But from this side, boy, looking at the camera, I don't see any difference, and I don't see any difference in person. So what have we learned? These new mantles are made in India. The people making them seem very nice. They were very willing to send me a whole bunch of mantles. I did get these for free. This is not a paid endorsement. I said that I was going to review these and be honest. I'm a little bit disappointed that they don't have the P on them like the older ones do. I think that the older ones did fill out a little better. Quality seems fine. These four mantles all looked good. There weren't any defects. They didn't break on burn-in, which is a really common complaint with Coleman mantles. I don't see any reason not to use these. How about that? As far as I can tell, these are as good as the Philippine-made Peerless mantles from before, and certainly better than Coleman 21s that we buy locally. So I hope that helped. I hope you guys are interested in this stuff, and I'll see you next time.